My name is Daniel Lee, also known as ElementalQT. I can't.
Oh my gosh, I died?
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, boy! Boom! Headshot! Holy shit!
Is it hot?
I was eating. Did you want me to choke to death and die?
Regular Nintendo when I was about 2 years old. I was playing, actually a funny story. My uncle, he's always been a gamer, and he was 16 or 15 when I was 3 or 4. And I always go down to a basement because that's where he's always is. He was always in the basement. It's typical, you know, living with his mom in the basement playing video games. So I went down there. I think I was 2 or 3, and he was playing Solomon's Key, I think was the name of the game. And it was on regular Nintendo. And that's what kind of got me addicted. I remember always wanting to play it. And then I, as a 5-year-old, begging my mom, can I get a regular Nintendo? And I got Mario Brothers, and I had a little brother as well. And there's a funny story with it because it really got me into it. I knew I was good at video games is when I played against my brother. And I go, probably a lot of you watching this or hearing this probably have the same similar story, or were the bunt of the joke. It was the brother or sister. We had a thing where if you die, it was your other person's turn, you know, brother or your sister's turn. And my brother would play for 2 minutes, die, and then I would get the controller and play for an hour without dying. You'd sit there and be like. So that was basically that. I knew that, you know, gaming was going to be a part of my life for a long time. So, yeah, I would say 5. Regular Nintendo really got me started, and then what really got me addicted was Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighters and GoldenEye. So, first and foremost, World of Warcraft. I've been playing that game since it first came out in beta back in a long time. I don't know, like 11, 12 years, long time. So, very long time. Personally, I didn't. I never chose that game to get started with. This is an interesting story. I was an FPS player and still am. I love first-person shooters. I started playing, my first one was on PlayStation 2, SOCOM. It was like, I think it was the first multiplayer you could ever play on console. And I was playing the heck out of that game. I love that game. But my friend was into Final Fantasy, and I played SOCOM with him a lot. And a game came out called World of Warcraft, and he bought himself a $100 computer, started playing the heck out of it, and I was still stuck on my console. And he's like, dude, you have to play this game. And I was like, no, man, I like shooter games. Like, no, you need to play this game. And I go, well, what's it about? He goes, it's open world. You can search around and do whatever you want. And I was like, is there treasure chests in the world? He's like, yeah, there's treasure chests. I'm like, can you find swords? Yeah. I go, is there dragons? He's like, yep. I'm like, all right, I'm sold. I'll give it a shot. So I started playing it, and I got to level 20, and I was like, I'm not playing this game. It's dumb. I'm going back to shooters. It's like, no. Get to max level. And you'll once you put your time into a character, you'll be invested and you'll enjoy it. And I did. And my first character was a warlock, and I haven't stopped playing ever since. So my buddy got me into it, and if it wasn't for him, God rest his soul, I would never have found the game and the community that I have now with it. So MMOs was the first thing that got me into a PC gamer, which is weird because most people's first ones are like Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, and they're playing it on PC. Not many console players started with it, Call of Duty back then. I remember because I used to play SOCOM, like I said, my friend that had a computer and was always playing first-person shooters had me sit down at his computer and use a keyboard mouse for the first time in an FPS. So bad, I couldn't even move forward. I'm aiming. I was like a 2-year-old. Like, I would sit there when I aim with my mouse, I'm looking up in the sky. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So it took me a little bit, but once I got it down, it was like riding a bike. So FPS I still love it. I still play battle royales and stuff, but MMOs is where it got me all started. So. I have a PS4 Pro. I don't have the Xbox One X yet. I'm hoping to get one of those, but I have the regular Xbox One. And I have another PS4 in the living room. So my daughter's going to be growing up with a whole bunch of movies. I still have all the consoles. I don't have any of the handhelds, like the PSP or the DS. Well, PSP, that's not even still a thing, is it? I think it's more like DS, right? The handset. Yeah, so yeah. No, I want to. My wife and daughter would really love it. So the Switch is definitely something we put on our Amazon thing. So I've started a new thing called Family Fridays on my stream. each Friday, my daughter and wife come and we have a split screen where they're playing a game and I'm playing a game, and kind of like include the family broadcasting into it, which is we just started, which is pretty cool. So I'm glad you brought up the Switch, because that's probably something I should probably grab. I got on Twitch July 30th, almost my anniversary, 2011. Yep, that was it. Yeah, it was this one day. That's why I told you the guild was like, "Can you make a video?" And it got such a great response. I was like, "Yeah, okay." Boom. So I did it. So I made the video on my YouTube channel. I cemented my name, which is weird. I'm the QT. Have you ever played World of Warcraft? See all these QTs in the game, like Malice QT, all these cuties. I was the front runner for the QT. And QT stands for cutie. I'm like, hey, cutie. And a lot of people are, what's a QT mean? It's like, I'm gorgeous. Okay, that's what it means. My wife kind of said, because I remember when live streaming wasn't a thing, there was no PayPal donation notifications. There was no notifications. The viewers and fans told me to add a donation link in my page, and when someone would donate, I called it a ninja donation, because you would have to go check your phone. So you'd have to grab your phone, mine was a flip phone back then, and then look for notification you ever received. That's how it worked when you first started streaming. So I called it a ninja. You would never know, but the thing that came with knowing that I was going to be a streamer is I would go to a store, we'd go out to some place, me and my wife, and I'm always meeting new people. I was very talkative. She called me a people person, which I believe I am, and I could literally start a conversation with someone and become friends with them within a matter of minutes, which a lot of people have that talent. But that's what my wife was saying. If you could do this socially, you'd be good. Because I used to watch old World of Warcraft videos, like montages, and I made videos about it. Like back in vanilla, there was a whole bunch of montage videos, and that's what I wanted to do. But my wife said, if you could incorporate your personality into these videos, you'd do a lot better. So I did that, and it skyrocketed. I actually got a lot of notification, but notoriety from doing that. So, like me, my wife is a very shy, timid, camera shy person. My daughter is like me, very outgoing, talkative. You go to a store, and kids have no filters, right? So you go to a store and there's a girl with a belly, or a guy with a big belly, and she'll walk and go, "You have a big belly." My wife would be like, "You don't say that to people." Or she's always talkative and, "Hey, how's it going? Now come hang out with me, come visit, come this." You gotta tell her, like, okay, you can say hello to everybody and everyone, that's fine, but be careful who you say hello to. So she's very outgoing, and so we have to watch out. But that gave me the idea, because she's very not camera shy. She's always looking in the mirror and checking herself out, and it's like, yeah, I'll bring her into it. She seems like she'd have a lot of fun. She likes interacting with my audience, so that's what gave me the idea. There was. Yeah, I started doing videos for a guild called Darmak Tire back in Cataclysm, and I was making. My first video I made was in Burning Crusades, and it was a rogue. It was a random YouTube channel that I made, and I would put music to the end of it, and it's me doing PvP. And I got into this guild because I knew Swifty. He's a warrior that plays on Darkspear, the same server I played on since the beginning. I had no idea how popular it was on YouTube. I was just randomly hopped on the same server as this guy, and I was running rated battlegrounds because I was a good shaman on our server, and I was running rated battlegrounds for just in trade chat, right? People come to me to do a rated battleground. And what if people don't know what a rated battleground is? It's a rated PvP thing where you get a skill rating, you get a certain high level, you get armor, titles, all this stuff, and you get a pre-made group of how many, 10 versus 10. And I was probably one of the best pre-made group leaders on the server at the time. And they asked me to make a video about shamans. And I remember making my first video a long time ago. I was like, oh, I could do that. So I made a little montage video just of me blowing people up in the battleground. And the thing is, back in Cataclysm, shamans were not that strong. Elemental shamans weren't. But I found a way to use our mastery and stuff to make the numbers look huge, and they would just fall over when I hit them. So I made about, I think, a 11-minute, 10-minute video, and I called it Lightning-Filled Veins. And I gave it to our guild leader, and they put it on their YouTube channel. And it got like 30 or 40,000 views within the first week, and huge response. And Swifty saw the video, and then he wanted to do a best of each class video. and we became friends. And he asked me, he goes, "Do you play other games?" I go, "Yeah, Call of Duty." So, and Swifties was, "Oh my god, I play Call of Duty. Let's play that." So we started playing that, and we became friends. We started doing videos on Call of Duty, which was weird because he made his own separate channel because he was a World of Warcraft player. But yeah, to get to your question, I kind of go on and on. I got mostly known for back in MOP because of Swifty, because we became good friends, and we were doing a thing on Twitch that no one done before. It was literally like a podcast, but it was live on Twitch. So I would use Skype. I'd use my camera. He'd use his camera, and we'd green screen each other on one stream, on each stream, and it looked like we're in the same house, and we'd interact and talk and stuff, and we'd do weird jokes, like say we're both green screen. I'd grab a cup of water. Don't mind my daughter's Daisy cup. I'd sit there and act like I'm drinking something, and I'd do this, and the cup would go out of screen, and then he would grab a random cup, right? So say mine was my daughter's, and all of a sudden a weird mug would show up on his, and you go, "Oh, thank you," and he would drink from it. So we were doing little weird skits and stuff like that, and yeah, so that was how it kind of first blew up, is because no one ever done that on Twitch, and me and him were the front mans for it. He was, of course, the Batman, and me, the Robin. But yeah, so that's how I became known, was doing that stuff, and kind of, the boom of MOP, they're bringing pandas into the game. So, and we got access to the beta, so we were like kind of the front runners for it. So it was cool. If I could travel back in time, I'd do it again. So I definitely enjoyed it. That's basically how I got known. I had my own thing going on, but marketing yourself, meeting bigger people, and that's how it works and how it happened. So especially, it's like people when they wish they would have bought stock in Starbucks back when they first started. You have the knowledge, you wish you would have done more then. But I don't regret any of it, because, and I don't think a lot of people should, especially the choices to make in life, because it puts you where you are now. Like if I didn't do certain things a certain way, my daughter probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have certain things lined up certain ways. So yeah, for sure, man. I would definitely, I do incorporate what I've learned then to now. Yeah. A lot of these players, like Tim the Tatman, Summit 1G, all these players, they played World of Warcraft before they really played shooters, and I had no idea. I knew WoW was a big game, celebrities, tons of people played this game, but the streamers that I started to watch, when I watched live streams and FPS streams, which I enjoy watching, I would go in there and type in chat like, "Hey, dude, Summit," or "Hey, Tim, man, I love your streams. You're doing really good, man. I enjoy your stuff." They're like, "Holy bleep, you're the shaman from World of Warcraft." I'm like, yeah, well, oh my goodness, yeah. So like, it's kind of mind blowing, because I'm very humbled by it, and I'm not. It doesn't get to my head. I've always been the same person when I started, and I've never let anything, change who I am and my morals or what I am. And I think that's what kind of really brings people to the channel and my stream and my YouTube content when it comes out, is that what they see is what they get, and they don't get a persona. And I want to talk to you more about personas if you have a question later, which is a very interesting story, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool, man. I love streaming, and I love the community, and I love the people that are a part of Twitch and been around it since the beginning, because we've seen it come from everything's new. Oh my god, we can do this, we can do that. There's this and this and this, and there was no like notifications and stuff like that, and it wasn't really a business as it so is now, which is awesome, because I'm glad it's a business, because not only is it bringing people together, it's free entertainment, and it's like a Netflix for people that don't like television shows, which is freaking awesome, and it's free unless you really love the person, you want to give them $4 a month. But I love Twitch, and I'm so glad that I stumbled across that kind of platform. I wouldn't change anything for the world. I know. Okay, so remember I told you about the persona thing? When Twitch first started, the first 2 years it was about gaming. Then it went on from other sites would come over to Twitch because they found out you can make money on it. I'll give you a clue. Some of the sites, it makes a coin sound. Okay, anyways, there was a lot of those kind of type of streams starting to hit Twitch, and there was no censoring. So they're getting away with a lot of things. And I remember I was sitting there in my bed with my laptop, watching one of these streams. And one of my fans, one of my viewers, DM'd me on Twitter and said, "Have you seen this person on playing World of Warcraft right now?" And I'm like, "I'm watching it right now." And we had a conversation about it. And I'm not even kidding you. Out of the blue, I just go, "I have an idea. Log on to my stream and just wait for me to go live." And I kind of did this stream. I got a video on YouTube about it. It's got 400,000 views on it. It's got a lot of views on it, but it was a protest stream because I was getting tired of, the way Twitch was handling itself and letting things fly. So I did a comedic version of this. I started my stream. I had I think it was my daughter's or someone's wig. No, it was a Halloween wig. I took a red and black Halloween wig. I blew up some balloons. I shoved them in my shirt. I sat down on my stream, and I put on a voice. My name's Daniel, but my persona was Danielle. And so what I did was I took a comic approach to the boob streamers, and they've died down a lot since there's now a TOS. Thank you, Jesus. There's a TOS now. So anyways, the first time I went live doing this, 6,000 people showed up to the stream. The first time, and I just randomly hit broadcast, put myself in there, put a fancy little title, and did one of these voices. "Oh my God, thank you so much. It's so good to have you here. Are you serious? $5 donation. Oh my God, it is so crazy." So I did one of those kind of voices, and it blew up. I was known for my Shaman World of Warcraft stuff, but then I went from that to being known as Danielle, which is a weird, thing. So I was really successful doing that. It was really funny. I had met a lot of awesome girl streamers doing it. They're like, "Thank you for standing up for us. And thank you for taking a stand against it, because if we were to say it, we would just be called haters because we're girls hating against other." Like, I trust me, I understand. I don't like seeing as much as you do, and I'm just taking a funny approach of it so it doesn't hurt people's feelings. But there's a video on YouTube where it did hurt one of those female streamers' feelings, and she took offense to it. I'll just put it at. If they want to check out the video, they can check out the video. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Even when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I've always been very level-headed and a nice, genuine person, and I don't take things to heart, and I don't hold grudges. And we became friends after that, anyways. But I didn't like doing the streams personally, the fake booby streamer streams, because it wasn't who I was. I was just making a joke out of it, but it got so popular that people want it on demand. And that's why I'm not good with personas. But the booby picture, you asked about the booby picture, that is a image that got really popular, and people wanted me to make her into a toon. And as you can see, she has the rainbow hair and stuff. It's cute T on her t-shirt. So yeah, Danielle became very popular, another big part of the stream. So I was either known for my Shaman streams or my colorist persona, which was Danielle. It was pretty fun. No, what I meant to say probably came wrong. Someone made me the graphic. Started it, one of the fans that loved the Danielle thing, and she did a anime picture of me as a female with a beard and mustache, and it was surprisingly good looking. I was like, hey, interesting. So I asked her if I could take the artwork and give it to somebody to finish it, and she said, yeah, she had no problem with that. So that's how it came about. Yeah, because I was under the same game as she was under, and I had her hair and her outrageous boobs as balloons. So I was kind of like competing against it. And people found the stream immediately because they saw her, and then they scrolled down like, oh, what is going on? And then they saw me, and then people would go into her stream and then say my stream, and then it was kind of like a yin-yang thing. And we surpassed her views. And she went to my channel and was like, oh my God, and ended her stream. And I remember when the stream ended, I was like, we did it! We did it! And then I took my my balloon poppers, and I after every Danielle stream, I would pop my balloons on stream. So I'd deflate myself and then pull the wig off and go, have a great day. So was kind of one of my things. It hurt. I had a couple of bruises doing that once in a while. You get a big giant party balloons. The screams are real. But there's another one where people do body paint, which is cool, very talented. I love the body paint thing. But there's a really successful one girl that does body paint. I love her. She's amazing. She does really good. I think DJ Carey. She's from England. She does body paint. If you guys haven't checked it out, I would. She's really good. But there was other girls trying to imitate her, but they were not as talented. They just did it because they could do it. Like, oh, this girl can paint herself naked. I'm going to do the same thing. So I did a video as Danielle doing body paint and made myself look like Supergirl or Spider-Girl. That one's funny. That was for Halloween. So I call it my female Mondays. My female Mondays. And they were every Monday. And then it went from every Monday to every other Monday to once a month Monday to I'm not doing it again. So, because TOS, I can't do Danielle if I even wanted to. I would be shut down. So, which is fine with me. I would never call him out by name. So I would do it where it would be like I would take certain aspects of 4 or 5 different popular streamers, and I would combine it into one super monster. And so people are like, oh, I know that you're this person. I'm like, no, I'm not. And like wait, that person does this. I'm like, nope, I'm one super monster. And I would take my outgoing personality and outgoing things to a level that would surpass them. So I wouldn't. So the way I made it a satire, which most satires are, it's exaggerating the truth. And if I were just to do it the truth, I would just be, it would be random. So what I did was, when someone would donate to one of these streamers or subscribe, they would write their name on a chalkboard. What I would do is I would wear super tight, low cut shorts. It's a bad image. And I would bend over and put their names on these boards as well when someone subscribed to my channel. But I did it differently. Or when someone would follow the stream, a little image would pop up with their name. It would come across the stream like this. And it would say their name here. So as their name would come across, I would turn my head to it and go, thank you. You can see where it's going. Thank you for the follow. And then it would disappear. So I'm not going to repeat it because I will not go back to Danielle land. But I would keep it the satire exaggeration. That's how I did it. And yeah, so it was fun while it lasted. But the thing is, and I think it's anybody that wants to do personas on stream, if you're comfortable doing it, being that person every single day, by all means, go for it. But if you are not, don't try to make it a daily thing because it does eat at you. It eats at a person. So yeah, it's not who I am. I don't like being fake. And that's where these streamers were. They were fake. And they were doing it for money. They weren't doing it for a community. And I'm all community based. And people have real lives and real stories. And so when they're going about this, and I'm doing this, I have to be mean to my viewers, not in a funny way, right? So like, oh man, I love your streams and your boobs are on fleek. Like, shut up and just give me your money. Like, that's what the kind of things I would do, like, whatever, thank you for the compliment. Oh my God, money. So I would have to be fake to be funny. And I did it in a funny way. But then you get the troll aspects, the people that come in to troll you. And people think trolls, oh, they hurt your feelings. Well, you do look at it and you do read it and it does sink in. But when I'm doing the Danielle stream, I kind of like, the way I do it is I look at as viewers like that as robots. Like they're not real people. They just type, they're just, a robot. So when I see those things, I was like, it doesn't get to me. And because I've been doing it for so long, at the beginning, of course it did. But like after time, it's like throwing, something at a wall that bounces off, But it does get you when you act a certain way that you're not. You could take on characteristics, like when an actor, like say Johnny Depp would do Pirates of the Caribbean. He did that for years. A part of Jack Sparrow imprinted on him after he was done. So he started dressing certain ways and had his hair certain ways, and that character became into his real life. And most actors, they're like really in depth. I'm not saying I'm an actor, but a live actor, I guess. But the certain aspects would come to light, and I didn't like it. And with Johnny Depp and all these other ones, I don't want to compare myself to these brilliant stage actors, but a part of their characters that they do actually comes to light in their own reflection and personality. And let's just say a couple of things that I did as Danielle came to light that I didn't like when I started streaming myself. And so I stopped it because I knew that my stream is started with a community, and I don't want to take people for granted. Like, I had all these viewers that would come in, they watched me for World of Warcraft, and when Monday would come along, they would go, "See ya, take care, man," because they wanted to be there for it, and they were there, and that's what really made me want to stop, is seeing these people like been there since the beginning and support the channel, and was like, this sickens me. I'm out. I'm like, well, and that hurt my feelings because I was doing it for them, not just myself. I'm sitting there, and that's what made me stop, because I didn't like the pollution that was going around, and I'm glad Amazon bought Twitch, because they've been the Twitch Prime and offering a lot of these cool things and laying law on the TOS and just making a gaming community again, which is awesome. But it hurts you. It's like losing a friend. You see these viewers been around for a long time, and they leave because you're doing this, and you try to explain to them, but everybody has their own opinion on things, and you can't change their mind, even if it's like right in front of them and it's the truth. Like, I'm doing this not because of the views, because I want this to be recognized. And a lot of people started doing it afterwards too. What I was doing, bigger streamers than me, like and I remember when I like Soda Poppin'. I've been a good friend of him for a very long time. He did a stream where his girlfriend at the time was Leah, and she's really cool. I'm friends with her too. But he was making fun of his own girlfriend, and he did a girl version of himself as his girlfriend, and he would wear the blonde wig and do the whole thing. And then next Monday, I did my Danielle stream, and people came and go, "Stop copying Soda Poppin'." It's like, okay, look back at mine. So I was like, do you know what? No, I'm not copying anybody. I've done this first, kind of thing, and that's the deal. If you do something popular, other people start doing it. When someone first sees it, that's the first person that's ever done it in their life, and they don't know where else came from. Just like a Beatles song, a really popular Beatles song. Say you heard a really popular one, and someone remade it back in 2000. You're like, and that's the first time you heard it was the remake. And someone goes, "Yeah, well, actually, the Beatles did it first." No way, they did. No way. It was kind of like that. It's kind of like someone more popular remakes it, and yeah. When gaming becomes a job, the games you usually love to play, you don't want to play. It's the way it is. If you're forced to do something, which I'm not forced to do anything, but if you feel forced to play something, it no longer becomes fun. So there'll be a time when, like, I'll play World of Warcraft for a very long time. Like an end of the expansion will show up, and people know that's when I will switch to FPS games. And they always ask me, "Why are you switching?" I go, because I don't want to drain my soul of playing a game that I've done all the content on. People want to watch you play a certain game you play. Community, say, if I'm a World of Warcraft community, they want to watch me play World of Warcraft. And if I don't, they'll go somewhere else. It's just the way it is. There's streamers that I watch that I only like watching play certain games. And I don't know why it's that way, but a lot of people are bred that way. Some people don't care. They like the streamer for the streamer that watch and play whatever they want. The entertainer, exactly. But those people are tailored to a certain game. So that's when, like, when the new expansion comes out, my view base will rise again. Oh, I'm excited. I want something new, and I hope they change PvP in that. When they implemented item levels into PvP, where it didn't matter your item level means, like I said, people watching don't play WoW. Item level is like the higher your item level, the more powerful you are. Well, in PvP, before a couple expansions, you went in with, I'll say, top 900 gear score item level, and someone came in with 300, and you're in a battleground, and you hit them with a spell, that 300 would fall over dead. You one-shot them, basically. Well, then they implement it for casuals that if you had 300 and you got to max level the first day, it doesn't matter. Doink, you would be leveled up with that person. So they implemented that. So there was no ganking or destroying people, 1v2s, 2v3s, 1v5s. You couldn't do it because everybody was on the same leveling path. So to grind for gear meant nothing in PvP. If you wanted high gear, just go do PvE. If you wanted gear in PvP, it doesn't matter because your gear score doesn't matter. And when they did that, it killed it for me. Because all I do would be when I live stream, I would do battlegrounds and do 1v2 arenas, and I do all this stuff because I took the time and grinded for gear and sets, and you could use trinkets and do all this stuff. And they killed it for casuals because they took that out. And so I'm hoping that there's no template for gear score in this new expansion, which there's rumors there isn't, because it killed the montage videos because you can't one-shot. Yes, and then that they give Elemental Shamans mobility. People that play the game know exactly what I'm talking about. So, mobility. Yeah, Elemental Shamans are a turret class. It means we stand and cast. We can't move and cast. And our damage isn't even good enough to be a turret class, in my opinion. Arcane Mage, that's a turret class, but they have mobility. They can cast and move, and they have abilities to be able to do that. Shamans have passive where we could walk or run and cast Lightning Bolt, and we didn't have to stop to do that. It was just like a generator, and it did a lot of damage. Then they took it away and gave us Spirit Walker's Grace, so we had a 12-second cast of it, and we could cast anything while moving or walking. Well, then they got rid of that and gave it to Resto Shamans. So, and World of Warcraft is very melee. Very melee. So, to get away from a melee as a shaman is very difficult because you can't move. You can root in place, but now you can't jump away in this expansion. They took away our jump. So we can't leap away from melee. So we're kind of stuck in the, like, oh no, mace to the face. So we're really stuck in that. And yeah, that's no bueno. So I'm hoping that they said they're going to rework. I heard Reddit and WoW has been thinking of working Shaman for the expansion, which is really cool. And I hope they do. And I hope they bring in the template too, because I want more PvP montages and I want to do more of that. And I like spamming battlegrounds when I live stream. And if there's no reason to do so, like gear score wise, like if there's, when you're playing a video game and you want to grind something out, you want to have a good end result. You want something at the end of it. Like I want my gear to matter. I want sets to matter. I want this to matter. And if I'm putting all this time into PvP and getting nothing in return, I don't want to do it. And I wish, and that's why I like when they bring PvE and PvP together. You can go do raids and dungeons, get a cool trinket, go and do some PvP, and that trinket's viable. I'm not interested in it. I'll play it to experience it, but I don't get attached to it. Like for some reason, my WoW account's my WoW account, where the paid one you pay for it, and I have attachments to those characters. So to make something random just with my name on some other server doesn't feel legit to me. So I don't know. I'm weird like that. So like I can't attach myself to a PTR or to a private server. I couldn't do it. It would just be there to be like, oh, this seems cool. But they didn't even have it right anyways. So it wouldn't be a Blizzard experience. And that's what I want, is the Blizzard experience. So I never did it. Soda Poppin', he's a big WoW streamer. We've been friends because we started streaming around the exact same time. We started a petition, and I think it was maybe 12 or 20 live streamers, maybe less than that we all signed a petition to Blizzard, and it got through. And then after that petition, then it was actually not just the streamers, because we promised Blizzard we would stream World of Warcraft. And we do this if they released this vanilla server. And they said, we need more signatures than that. But we got in the door with this signature to open up. The person that started the vanilla, one of the main guys in vanilla, saw our petition and said, okay, it didn't work for Blizzard anymore, but he did his own petition with our petition on top of it. And it reached hundreds of thousands of votes. And Blizzard finally came out and said, vanilla server, it's coming soon. So I'm glad I've been a part of that. And there's one last thing for World of Warcraft that I need to achieve that I haven't yet. My own NPC. That's the one last thing that I need to achieve that I've been trying to achieve. My friends, Swifty, Hotted, Changlish, Bajira, all these people that I collab with, all kind of NPCs. But like I said, I'm very humble. I don't bug or ask. And they probably did. What I needed to do is, knock on the door. Hey, can I get an NPC? And I need to ask, because I have been a front runner of that game for a very long time. Advice to anybody out there: if you want something, don't expect it to happen. Make the initiative and buy an OPC. And get yourself a World of Warcraft character or whatever in game you want. So, gotta take the initiative. If you want it, go for it and get it. Just don't expect it to show up in your doorstep. If I had to give streamers advice on what to do for to get streaming, you noticed, the first thing and the biggest thing, in my opinion, is don't play a very popular game. I know that sounds crazy, but if you go to Fortnite and expect to make it big, it ain't gonna happen unless you got something magical powers. It's not gonna happen because everybody's watching Fortnite for certain few people, right? So say who's that guy in Fortnite that's really popular? I don't know, Ninja. If he was to play Fortnite and he has 200,000 viewers, then you look at the viewer list, there's like 1,000 other streamers streaming that same game. Now, if you go to say you like BioShock or you like My Little Pony Princess Adventure, there's going to be maybe 5 streamers or 5 views in that whole channel, but it'll show up on the list of games that people could watch, right? So if you scroll through all these games, you'd be like, oh, someone's playing this game I used to play. I love this game. And they'll go and watch you play it because you're one of the few people streaming it. But make sure you like the game you're streaming. Like so yeah, my advice is to play a game that's not oversaturated with streamers on that channel to be seen. That is the main thing I would say as an advice. And be yourself and always talk. That's a big one. This will be the last thing I'll say about it. Always have your mouth moving, always talk. Good way of doing that, have a buddy with you, or if you are like me and you can talk to yourself, talk to yourself. Always act like there's somebody listening, because if someone shows up to your stream and you're doing this, they're gonna leave because you're not interesting. So always talk. Like I said, Swifty did stuff for Razer, and so I was kind of, like I said, Swifty's Robin to his Batman. I didn't work directly with Razer. I just kind of was like the backseat and helped John with his videos. So yeah, the ones I did, the videos I did were all usually myself. I did with myself. So didn't really touch base with them personally. I've always tried to. I've always been a user of like Razer at their mouse and their keyboard. So I do love their products, but I never ever been sponsored by them, I guess you would say. You can tell when someone's enjoying a game because you'll stick around and enjoy it with them. And when I took a break from WoW, I wanted something different I'd never done before. And the builder games, Rust was one of them. And I took some time and dedicated 2 weeks to a month of Rust. And that's why I say, remember I told you play games aren't popular, but people like watching? Rust was one of those games. It's on the list, but it's not popular, but it's fun to watch. So there would be maybe 13 to 15 live channels that would go on that. And if you put me there with my view count, my average, we actually said was 80 or 50 or something, would pop in that spot. And then most people would come out of that and be like, who's this guy? And they drop down and watch me. And they drop down and watch me. And they had fun. And I would bring them with me and interact with them. And so, yeah, that's probably why. That and Rust has nudity. So, like when people post their videos on YouTube, you have tags you need to use in post. And say I do a tutorial on World of Warcraft, I would put in my tags World of Warcraft, comma, Shaman, comma, Elemental, comma, the expansion, comma, funny, comma, exciting, fun. So you put all these things in here that people would type in the search. And if enough of them connect together, you become one of the top search results. So if someone goes, I'm looking for BFA Shaman commentary funny, if all my tags are in his search, it's gonna pop up and show for him. So that's one of the big things. But I tried going more with my channel, my YouTube channel, more of a variety, because it was just WoW, and I love WoW. And the thing is, when they did certain things when Blizzard didn't kill their game, still a great game, but when they did things to make it more casual and a lot of people left, a lot of the viewer bases left with the channels that were associated with them, like myself and like my buddy Swifty. He did the same thing. He was up to 200,000, maybe 300,000 viewers per video. he's down to 15K, 20K per video now, like myself. And that's just because of the game's longevity when it comes to what's out there now compared to what was back then. It's the same thing with anything. Music, you know, fades in and out. But WoW is one of those games that you can never push away. It always comes back with every expansion with fire and dragons. Yeah, so what I'm saying with that is it's very important not only to have a catchy thumbnail, but be true to it. Because, you know, people will say something like, oh, 100,000, blah, 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 blah. And they go watch the video and go, where is that in this whole video? I'm not a very clickbait kind of person. And because I like people to enjoy and know what they're seeing when they come to the video. But clickbait works for a lot of people, not myself. But what I'm saying is have a catchy thumbnail that makes sense to what you're doing. Make sure your title and your tags aren't just like 3 words. Make sure they're very variety. There's a lot of variety in it, and be creative with it. And nothing people taught me, especially, is when you're doing videos or you're doing tutorials or you're talking with somebody, make sure you're staring at your camera like this, stare into their soul. Because if you're doing this, you're looking. There, people will take that as, you know, you're not paying attention to them. When people watch something and they're looking at you, and if you're not looking back at them, they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's one of those golden rules that I was taught. Always look at the camera. There will be an accessory. Like I said in the beginning when I first played World of Warcraft or YouTube or streamed it, so people are like, oh, this game's gonna kill WoW, that game's gonna kill WoW, this game. And I always say this. Yeah, you remember those days? I'd say nothing would kill WoW but WoW itself. I said that in the beginning, and I think that's going to stay true to itself. The only thing that's going to kill WoW is WoW. If they stop their MMO and make a new one, I think that's the only thing that's going to kill WoW is if they decide to go on branch off and make a Diablo MMO. That would be cool. Angels and demons. I mean, I'm a Christian, so that'd be really cool for me. I'm gonna go slay the devil. Like, so that's my go-to. But I still play World of Warcraft because I've tried other MMOs. I've tried Guild Wars 2. I've tried ones, and I get to a point when I'm playing it where I go, I don't want to play this. I can't, even if it's too flashy or cartoony or this, I can't do it because I've put so much time into WoW that I'm like, why would I put time into another game whenever I have this much time spent to this one? What's the point? I have no connection to their lore. I have no connection to this and that, and that's a big thing for me. I tried even trying to go to Warhammer because was kind of like, wow, you know, people's like, Warhammer is going to kill WoW because Warhammer was before WoW. They had their own board game first. And I'm like, it's not. It was great. Their MMO, not so much. It was when I played Warhammer online, their MMO, I swear I was playing its World of Warcraft's twin brother, the less bright version. Yeah, they had the same color drops and they had the same questing feel. And it was like, it's like I was playing World of Warcraft with, you know, less powerful characters and no lore that I could. So I was like, back to WoW. And I played the only MMO that I played that I really enjoyed playing, and I would have continued playing if they actually did better with it and kept it up, was Star Wars: The Old Republic. When they brought out that for the MMO, I played that, and it was really fun. I liked Star Wars. I like Star Trek more, but I do like Star Wars a lot. And I'm those people, you know, you either hate or you love the other. I'm more of a I love or love something more kind of person. But like, I really enjoyed the Old Republic, and their PvP system sucked, but it was fun. And if they would have kept up on the game and they would have put more into it, and I think it would have done really well. But that's the reason why I haven't jumped to other games. Maining other games. People still come to my channel for WoW content because they know where to go. But when it comes to World of Warcraft, until that game has jumped off a cliff, or they start a new one, I will probably play it for a very long time. But I'm very in touch and in depth with Blizzard games. And now since Activision and Blizzard are together, I can say I still play Blizzard games because I play Call of Duty. You know, so like. So I'm basically a Blizzard streamer. I like Overwatch, even though like it's toxic. I still love the game. So good. Get Hanzo. No, but like, I love it, and I love all these games, and yeah, so I think it's close to 3 to 4 million. And that's the thing is when they count views, they don't count how many times someone repeats it. They count don't quote me. They count the individual view, not video view. Because I could have on one video, like I say, 400,000 views, but that doesn't go towards my. I think it's the actual person that logs on and actually watches it. I think it's personal view. Yeah. Yeah, unique views. So I think I have 3 to 4 million unique views. Yeah, I became a father, as somebody would say. And live streaming is a very 7 to 8 hour work period day. I guess you would call it work period. So to be a lot of these big streamers out there, they have these people that get paid to edit their streams and make video content for the YouTube channel. If I were to stream for my 8-9 hours, then I would spend another 3 to 4 hours editing. So it'd be like a 16-hour day, right? Which is fine. And a lot of people work 16-hour days, but it's very draining. And I've always been these people that when I make a video, especially for YouTube, I put a lot of time and I want to make it right, especially montages. I don't want to just have a clip of 8 minutes of me doing something with no editing. I'm very picky. So I had to make a decision, part-time father, full-time streamer, and YouTuber, or part-time streamer and part-time streamer and YouTuber, full-time father. And I chose father, which is I would hope most people would do, especially if they're first time. But I would like to say that I have never kicked it to the curb. It's just one of those things where it's like, if there's something that I really want you guys to see, you're going to see it. If something you need to see, you're going to see it. Like when I did my first, I don't know if you see my first unboxing video for your guys' chair, OPSEAT. My daughter was in that one. And she was in her little jumpy crater thing. She was like 1 year old. And I'm sitting there unboxing. We're doing a fast motion stuff of it. And it was my first actual ever real sponsor was you guys. And that was pretty cool. Very happy about that. When I first did that video, people really responded to it, not because, of the company, which is an amazing company, the person that's representing the company, which is you guys and myself. And people know me for, representing something I actually love and I don't do for money. I never expected, to sell whatever amount of chairs. That was never my goal. My goal was to share something that I used on a daily driver and enjoy using. That's my goal. And it's content for me, really, it's content to let you guys know what I'm doing and bring more people in as well. So I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it's not about this or that, because there is a reason for making the video. And the reason for making the video is for more people to find me and realize, this guy's legit. He's cool. He's right. He said what he said in this video about his chair after he unboxed it and put it together and sat down in it. And when I got it, it's the exact same experience. I freaking love it. And then they'll come back and watch my YouTube or watch my streams. So that's why I don't want to sell people products that I don't like. I think that's a bad business practice, and I will never engage in it. And I think that's why I became so successful with what I do and who I promote and decide to promote. And I think that's always a staple people need to live by. Being myself. Business model, being someone that when you talk to, you really they're legit, and they're not there's nothing nefarious about what they want to give to you. Like there's a lot of channels out there, YouTubers and this and that, Twitch streamers that will spit out their sponsor then they have like 5 or 6 different, or 8 or 9 or 10 different ways of throwing in and out sponsors. And they'll always say, don't forget to do that. And it just seems very money grabby for them. And I'm not that way. I want people to see what I have. And whenever I have a chance or the opportunity arises, I'll let them know. But I don't want to overdo anything in life. I don't want to, beat the horse dead until it beat a dead horse. So when it comes to like my business model, it's, I would say people know me as a good person, an honest person, a good community. People can come to this channel or my YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, and they're getting, you know, me. They're getting who I am. They're not getting, you know, some hyped up, and welcome to the channel. Good to have it. I could do those voices. Like, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is ElementalQT, and we're here with OPSEAT. And, you know, I could do all that stuff, but I don't. And for some reason, I don't know why that's so popular, but it is popular. I could have done that route, but I've chose to be me, and I think that's what set me apart myself, I guess. Kind of weird, you know? So, no, I am. No, I am. I'm able to maintain bills and things that I need because of my community. Sometimes the numbers aren't as huge, but you gotta remember, it's not the view count, it's your community. And I have a amazing community, and they help out when they can. And even if they don't know the product, like I didn't know about OPSEAT until I was needing a chair and looking up for one, and was like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to you guys. And you guys, yeah, of course, man, we know who you are. We'll hook you up. We'll let you see, check it out, and no obligation. Just if you like it, you like it. And I like that. I like that business plan you guys went out. It wasn't like a stipulation. Well, you know, we're gonna give you this chair, mister, and you gotta do this and this and this. No, it was like, if you like it, you like it, you know. And that's what really got me, you know, a fan. Is you guys were like I am, and people's people. They're called Into the AM. They do full graphics. Actually, I'm wearing their hat and their T-shirt. To be honest with you, I'm wearing their stuff. I love it. I have tons of hats. Everybody knows me for wearing hats in stream, and I have, well, it's just like a little bit of them, but I have hats everywhere. And I need to get a hat rack. To make that work for anybody, you have to mention it to them. Like, it's a referral link. So like, hey, click the link in my stream, save it. And I don't do that all the time. I go unless I don't even look at my numbers when I stream. When you tell me my stats, I was generally surprised, because I don't really sit there and dwell and try to, because someone does, if you're sitting there, you're streaming, and you have like 15 or 30 or 50 views, and you are expecting something else, and you sit there and you're staring at your view count, it's like, you know, watching paint dry. It's not going to shoot up for some magical reason, you know. You be you and do your thing. But I have, like I said, Into the AM. I got actually a new one too. My wife loves it. I'm getting tired of all these energy drinks. They're like all this unnatural stuff being thrown out, you know. If you notice, we've been into a phase in this world where we're all about artificial, and now it's like doing a full circle. We're now going back to all natural. Let's get rid of the stupid GMOs and go back to natural stuff. And yeah, and I'm very caffeine sensitive, and I used to never really be downing these energy drinks like water at one point, and I just made me feel gross, and I haven't drank an energy for 6 years. I won't touch them anymore. And Into the AM, the clothing company I'm sponsored by, they had a people called Focus Aid, and they're actually called Life Aid, Life Co beverage, and they are all natural, vitamins, nothing. It's vitamins you need, and like it's all plants, and it's all natural, and the only caffeine in it is from their green leaf tea, their green leaf. So if you get anything, it's natural. It's from that. And my wife drinks it like water, like it's a supplement. So, you know, you're supposed to drink, if you're gonna drink coffee in the morning, don't drink that instead. And she's been doing it every single day, and hasn't touched coffee in 2 months. So yeah, especially when you stop drinking with that all that caffeine, you're like, oh, my head. Oh. But I don't know. I'm an all natural person, and I'm not going to promote something that won't be used in this household. And my wife is just guzzles that stuff down, and she likes the taste too. So there's those are the big ones that I like to support. You guys being number one, to be honest with you. And I got to mention too, Toshiba OCZ solid state drives. Also with them, they have amazing solid state. I'm using one right now. I'm using their M.2 drive. Thing is fast. That sucker loads up my WoW like, people are like, what? SSD, it's the same as SSD. No, it's faster load times. There's a difference between M.2 and a regular SSD. They're both SSDs, but they're just different speeds. Anyways. being a part of a video game that has been a part of my life before I started streaming. Just recently, Blizzard actually reached out to me. I did a sponsor stream for World of Warcraft a couple of weeks ago, and I was hosted on their channel, and I'll put on their worldofwarcraft.com website. That to me was a pretty cool achievement. Before that, being able to share my life with amazing people, and bringing my daughter into the world and having people see her and see the impact that made on me. There's an intro video I did where at the end of the video I say, which I still mean true this day, I found out what cutie meant in my name because she put the QT in Elemental. And yeah, she's my little cutie. Yeah, she's my little cutie. And that, yeah, it's on one of my videos. If you haven't seen, I'll show you. But she's big chubby baby with big old bald head. She looked like me as a baby, Charlie Brown kid. So it changed it when it came to hours. I would stream 12 to 16 hours a day. I would start at 5 at night and end at 6 in the morning. Now I start around 10 or 11 a.m. and end it when I would usually have started. And it's time difference because you got to be up and stuff. You know, you have a kid, so you can't sit there and be a night owl. I don't want to be awake at night when they're sleeping and then asleep while they're awake. Yeah, I had to change that, and that's hard because I'm very nocturnal. I've always been nocturnal. So that aspect changed. I'm not one of those people that punch their monitors on stream. Immediately, I'm just making a joke because I'm friends with some. There's an emote called Summit Smash, and he was playing a game. He got pissed, and he punched his monitor on live stream. And they made a Better Twitch TV emote for it called Some Smash. If you have Better Twitch TV, just type that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just him repeating himself, punching a monitor. It's hilarious. But he did something bad that, you know, in the heat of the moment, we got popular. I have not done anything like that. I haven't dropped words that I shouldn't have said. People have dropped really bad words that shouldn't be said in it's a certain society we have now. I hate headphones. I wish I had earbuds. If I wear this too much, I get a headache. Like it's like a suction. You go, I don't know if you hear that. It just sucks to your ears. You're like, I got a headache. I feel dizzy. I don't know. I do like headsets, but if they're light and soft and don't suck to your ear, because I have really big weird ears. I don't know if I peripheral. Shoot, man, probably keyboard or mouse. I have the that's my keyboard. I'm kidding. That's the Ornata Chroma thing. So it's a mesh of I don't know if you can hear it. It's like a soft mechanical press key. It's crazy. It's been a crazy ride, and I honestly think that it could only get better from here. So people always go, "Oh, do you think it's over because you were popular here and popular?" And I go, "No. Streaming is inconsistent. YouTube is inconsistent. It's like if you're a realty agent, you know, the market goes up, market goes down. It's just a ride, baby. It's just a ride. It's no when to get off, and I'm still on it."